Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2 between Team Kaipi and Team Empire. It is a 1-0 advantage going the way of Kaipi on the back of an Eternal Envy Antimage. He had some support from the Mag as well as the rest of his supports, but it was a well-played, a very strategic game coming out of Kaipi, and Empire are going to have to bounce back here in game number 2 if they want to advance onto phase 2 of the G-1 League North American European qualifiers. This is a quick look of our bracket. These are all single elimination play-in matches on the far left. Once you win the one match, you advance into phase 2, where it's a double elimination bracket. 2 teams go onto the LAN finals in China. So the top 2 teams will be representing the West here up against the 4 Asian beasts, which is Orange, LGD, DK, and IG. The same 4 teams from last season's G1 League. It's the same teams this time around. We'll have to see whether or not any of these Western teams can compete. But we'll get ourselves into this game. I'm joined by Luminous, I'm Gods, and we're in for, hopefully a good game 2 and potentially a game 3.
Yeah, I mean, Eternal Envy right after the game messaged me on Skype and said, I have no morale winning with that anti-mage pick, and you can see he has changed his name there to no morale as well, although, I mean, he did have a pretty good performance, still lacked it a little bit. I think I saw Monovoid on a Rage Lifestealer in one point in the game, but he cleaned it up at the end, so really can't complain too much about it. Team Empire, backs against the wall. Time to play Treant Protector, Gods?
Is it ever time to play Treant Protector? If we're going with the trolling,
I mean, they're known for the hero,
yeah.
Right?
While we're on on a topic, this quick English session: no morals, not no morales. Morale is like your spirits.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, okay. I knew what you meant. I just wanted to do some teaching here at Beyond the Summit.
I really appreciate that. I'm not even trolling.
Okay. So we'll see how things come out. Of course, I was confused last game. Who is free winner? It's Goblak, of course. I feel like I should have known that. I feel embarrassed for not realizing.
Yes. I think we should just quit casting for the day and be like, sorry, guys.
Goblak is on Team Empire. We're going to see a Mag first pick from Kaipi. I like this. PL still available, Antimage still available, and I think if they want to grab either of those 2 heroes, they're going to have to do during the first phase. Empire, once again, will grab the Lifestealer. I love this hero. I think they needed to play differently with it last game.
Yeah, I guess. I felt like that trialing where Enfeeble at level 1 really shut it down. I felt like when that's the case, I think you should try to get those mid gank a little bit off. Remember, I kept pointing out there were 2 smokes on the supports, and they're like, we had 2 smokes, let's actually just keep trying to kill this trialing. And they eventually got some kills, and it snowballed out of control with those 5 track kills in that mid-game team fight, but it really wasn't enough. But Lifestealer, Lone Druid,
oh, yeah.
Almost a challenge to Envy says, hey, bring your 1 solo carry. That's all right. We got 2, and there's going to be a lot of damage and a lot of tanking in your face.
This is like IG style with the dual core, the Lifesteal, Lone Druid, and Rubic, a hero they love to use as well, something Chuan plays. But we're going to see Empire executing something similar with their draft. And once again, Kaipi goes straight for the Bane. They see the Lifesteal, they say, Bane is great. Enfeeble in the laning stage if you're up against the Lifestealer, and then Fiend's Grip later on is a great tool to have against the Lifestealer. But now there's 2 carries to worry about, which is what you want when you're up against a hero like Bane.
Yeah, I feel like Bane Elemental, though, is a fairly decent counter, if you will, against the Lone Druid. Enfeeble the Bear, Nightmare the Bear, and, you know, you could also grip the Lifestealer, so it's not that bad. But with that said, of course, Lone Druid and Lifestealer, they're just so mobile. It doesn't seem like it because they're all melee heroes, but with Phase Roam being accessible on Lifestealer, and of course Lone Druid having rapid, having just innate high movement speed, being able to basically dance around the entire team. A hero like Clockwork is going to be the key, in my opinion. The Cogs pushing everybody back, doing 200 mana burn, which is insane against low mana pool heroes like Lifestealer and Lone Druid, as well as just the overall disruption it provides against these melee heroes on Team Empire.
Yeah, we'll see a couple. There's your Kaipi Eternal Envy heroes banned out. Antimage, PL both taken out of the pool, so it seems Envy is going to have to play with some morals this game.
Yeah.
As Lena.
Wow, fuck you, by the way. I looked away for a second, and I caught that at the end. I was like, wait. All right, anyways. What carry hero will it be? Last game, they actually showed that they were not afraid of, or Team Empire shown that they were respecting banning the Void. I feel like Void would be actually very good here. If you go something like Void into a, what's that hero, Jikaro? I mean, that's a ton of AoE damage in conjunction with that Magnus and power as well as RP. So we'll see if that's what Zizo is going to be picking up. But the option is definitely there.
Yeah, well, options there. We'll have to. What do you think is the backup carry here for Envy when with AMPL banned out? Do you go for something like a Luna, or do you go something which is sort of more late game based?
I think it's time to go Ursa, right? apparently he only knows 3 carries: Anti-Mage, PL, and then Ursa, which he's been playing solo mid. Ursa is not a bad hero, but I don't think you can actually pick it up against Lone Druid because the Entangle is pretty nasty. Although Shadow Demon's not here, so that's one of the primary counter as a support. So maybe one. We'll see.
It's good against Lifestealer as well. You can sort of out DPS a Lifestealer in a one-on-one clash. I guess if you're fighting the Spirit Bear, you can just kill the Spirit Bear off. If you're entangled in place, just be like, well, screw it, I'll just hit the Spirit Bear right back. But I'd be surprised with an Ursa pick. Venomancer gets... Hey, if you pick Venomancer, that slow synergizes pretty well with an Ursa.
Yeah, it's almost a telltale sign of Ursa. We'll see, because Venomancer is actually a very, very weak support. Of course, we talked about it in the past, but with with the Gale being lower, nerf in level 1, because of the big monopool, he isn't actually picked that much. And I don't know how good he is against this particular team. Venomancer Ultimate is almost a joke in this game. We'll see if he's actually trying to set up some crazy level 1 shenanigans.
The one team who I used to see successfully use Venomancer a lot was DK when they ran a lot of Faceless Void, because Faceless Void with a Venomancer was a really strong lane. It was the only way you could make Faceless Void like strong in lane was by having the best level 1 slow in the game with a Venomous Gale. Otherwise, Faceless Void couldn't really dominate a lane. Heroes like Bounty Hunter would just get XP, but when you put it with a Venomancer, you could shut down that offlane hero. So maybe they could go into a Faceless Void here. Chronosphere, good against the Lifesteal, the Lone Druid, good for locking down heroes in place. I'd be surprised by the Ursa. I think Faceless Void's the more standard way of playing this, but it wouldn't completely blow my mind, considering what Envy has said about the hero.
Yeah, what about Gyrocopter?
I think it's not bad here. I don't think he does all too well against either Lifesteal or Lone Druid, though, unless he gets really farmed and just starts doing some crazy DPS.
Yeah, it's a tough pickup. DPS will be provided by Magnus, but against Lone Druid and Lifestealer, you kind of need things like Manta and BKB, and those items by themselves are exactly not your late game carry item choices. We'll see what Zizal picks up here for Eternal Envy. I gotta say, recently coming out from casting that Collision LAN, this team feels very similar in their way of drafting, like the PowerNets team. You know, just pick all your supports and whatever, and then leave that last hardcore carry role to be picked up for a surprising factor. It is gonna be the Ursa Warrior. All right. I'm happy to see that one because, I mean, how often do we see Ursa? It's gonna be great.
Very rarely, yeah. And safe lane Ursa maybe. I don't see who else they send safe lane. I think it looks like a Venom, or even offensive tri lane maybe. They did that last game with their Bane, who used the Enfeeble against Lifestealer here, but maybe they're expecting an offensive tri lane against Empire from Empire themselves. So I think Ursa does okay here, and the Venomancer is all about setting up for the Ursa.
Yeah, actually, how about, I mean, when I see Ursa being played for Envy, he always plays a mid. And if, I'm not sure whether he needs a mid, but if he does, maybe we're going to see something like Magnus on that safe lane, Ursa mid, offensive tri lane, Clock, Venomancer, Bane. It's not a bad lane by any means.
No, it's not a bad lane at all. Empire are going to be somewhat cautious about how they look to lane things against the Ursa. You can't be letting him start getting early kill snowball. But the problem is with this KP lineup is if you shut down Ursa, I feel like there's no backup plan.
Sure. I mean, Ursa not exactly a late game carry by enemies, so you have to really explode out of the gates here. And looks like Winmer is going to get picked up here. I think Winmer is going to be going mid, and suddenly Ursa is not going to be able to get any kills against her. If it's going to be the mid matchup that I'm predicting, but we'll see. Let's quickly introduce the players here. On the Radiant side, up 1 game in this best of 3 series is Kaipi. Zizal is going to be playing Bane Elemental here. We do have Arise playing Magnus again. It is not going to be solo mid here, as you can see that he picked up a Stout Shield. No morales here. Eternal Envy got pulled. Immediate regen. Poor man shield. Is he going up mid? And looks like he is not. Going up on the bot lane here on Ursa. Paladin is going to be playing on the Venomancer. And last but not least, Bone 7 on the Clockwork on that long lane. Why do we have Magnus going mid with the Stout Shields this early? I mean, it makes sense. You're going to be expecting a lot of harassment from a Windrunner, but generally quick bottle rushes 99% of the time, the most standard way to actually go about it.
Especially when you'll be bottle crowing, because no one else really needs... I guess maybe Clockwork will be looking to use a courier, but he's not rushing a bottle either, so you can bottle crow. I think the bottle rush is the slightly better way to play this, but we'll see how it works out for him. Over on the Dire side, we have got Empire's Scandal playing the offlane Lone Druid. He's picked up early Stout Shield and Quelling Blade on his bear. We've got mid lane. It is Oppa, it is Vigos playing the Windrunner, and then over at the top lane we've got Free Winner or Goblak playing the support Leshrac. We've got Rubik in the hands of Silent, and then finally the carry, as always, Blow Your Brain playing that Lifestealer.
Well, this spear has got to be very careful in terms of where it's going. It has Stout Shield, has Tango, but a single Gale and a lot of right click from Ursa will be more than enough to actually kill it. I think it's tanking. It's tanking. Worse the rune. There's a Gale, and here we go. Somebody call Peter. This is actually really that bear might just die.
It's the damage is stacking up with the Fury swipes.
Yep, it's dead. It's dead. Oh, there you go.
Wow, that is a great way of stopping Lone Druid from using that pull. He's got nothing. 73 seconds, and I think he goes to his neutrals. I think he goes to stack because right now Venomancer also one of the best heroes at zoning out offlaners at level 1, or at least most offlaners. Gale just such a strong spell, and we can see Lone Druid. He's running to his own jungle. He may look to try to pull this small camp, or maybe even just... I think he just looks to stack camps for later on, for Lifestealer for himself, because there's nothing he can do at bottom lane.
Yeah, you cannot imagine how big this is a win here for the Dire, and D-War coming out from Paladin on the mid lane. But when you kill the off lane and zone him into jungle like that, your support gets to pull like Zizal's doing right now, and you also free up your other support in terms of pressuring the mid lane or ganking the other lane. It is a absolutely huge win. Not to mention that Eternal MV got 100 gold for the last set of that bear. So Arise, despite going for the Stout Shield mid, because he's going to get some support from the Venomancer, should be actually doing okay. 400 gold in the bank, will be rushing that Battle Crow very, very soon. Meanwhile, Clock is going to have somewhat a tough time on the top lane, but he's a Clockwork, already got level 2, so all things considered, 1 minute in the game, I gotta say, Kaipi, huge advantage in this game so far.
Yeah, things have gone so well from Clockwork. Already hitting level 2 is a nice little pickup for him. You've got the supports from KP getting levels and pulls in the jungle. You've got Ursa with an uncontested lane, and then Lone Druid, he's in his own jungle. He didn't actually do any stacking. He just sort of walked around. He is going to wait for the Spirit Bear to be resummoned, and now he's just going to straight up jungle with it.
And look at what the jungle going on is on the other side. One stack pulling up, now it's pulling to the left as well. Kaipi is just milking this jungle as hard as possible. And of course, no morale or Moro. Eternal Envy is already boot to speed, and that phase boot is coming very soon.
Yeah, and with the extra golden XP from that Spirit Bag kill, he's going to be pretty much sort of power leveling. Clockwork going to find a Hater at top and denies it from Blue Rubik and Leshrac, who were roaming around. They didn't use the smoke for that. It looks like they were just scouting out the rune, maybe expecting Clockwork to be there, knowing that smoking would have been sort of a very low percentage play. But I feel like they need to go for some kills soon, Empire, whether it's a rotation towards mid lane, try and kill the mag, or even a smoke round to kill off the Clockwork and go for an early tier 1 tower.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I feel like the supports on the Dire could be making some rotation mid and set up some ganks, but it seems like they're a little bit more worried about getting the EXP and match up the EXP that the Kaipi supports are gaining. Lucas on top lane doing a little bit of tunnel pulling on the other side, so both team supports are doing a fairly good job, and it's just a rising game. And in terms of rising game, who do you think actually have the advantage going into the mid game?
I still feel the Dire team have a slight... I feel Ursa doesn't offer a lot as far as team fights go in mid game. Oh, top. Is Clockwork out of position here? Just not going to see any follow-up split Earth. Leshrac, once again. He missed quite a few last game, and he's off to a similar start this time around. Something I've noticed, this early Sentry Ward, it's to stop these smoke ganks coming in from Empire. So once again, KP... they're really doing this very strategic games. They're expecting what Empire are going to be doing, whether it's smoke ganks. Last game it was the Enfeeble early pickup. This game also you had the Spirit Bag kill. Everything KP's doing is just sort of to anticipate Empire. And it really seems they have a good read on what Empire are doing. They really do. And of course, these two supports have not left the jungle and all. We see a level 3 Venomancer as well as a level 3 Bane. The Venomancer, to me, is I guess the hero to watch out for, especially what type of skill build he's going for. He has 2 points into wards, which is by far the most standard build, but seems like we're not gonna see kind of very aggressive roaming. In which case, he would pick up, you know, a second level of the Venomancer Gale, maybe even a single level of Poison Sting, but it's gonna be the standard Venomancer. And look at this, more jungling from the Venomancer, pulling, stacking, just trying to eke out as much advantage from the jungle as possible. Yeah, the reason I mentioned, even though Empire have a really bad start here, you have to look, the hero composition, Venomancer and Ursa are 2 heroes who don't really shine in team fights, aren't going to really scale that well to the mid or the late game. So I feel KP really need to get a good start and just keep on going. Maybe we see something like a fast mech on the Venomancer if he's getting all these levels and farm. But whatever it is, I feel KP need to just get ahead and keep on going. Like get something like a fast blink dagger on the Ursa and just look for kill after kill after kill. He's got phase boots. He's also got level 6 very soon. He's leveling so fast because of this solo lane. Yeah, he really is. Solo lane, no one's to stop him. 32 CS, out CSing the Lifestealer up top, and Lifestealer, in my opinion, should be getting every single last hit because he's got a Quelling Blade, and he says, all right, this seems to be a very, very rising game, and he goes Hand of Midas. In my opinion, I feel like this is the wrong item choice. It might feel like a rising game right now, but that's soon to change because once
once Ursa has a teleport scroll, like this game could just explode out of control. He already has one.
Yeah.
He could rise for a blink dagger if he wants, but top lane, they're gonna focus here on the clockwork. This should be a free kill.
Yeah, they've gone in. There's gonna be a counter beat. It's Ursa. Ursa's showing up to the party. There is a clockwork cog, but he can't get in. He's going to try and break on 3. He's got phase boots. Clap to lead things off. He's going to bring down Blow Your Brain. One more right click is needed. No morals. Gets 1 kill. Can he get a second? He's got max out Clap. Earthshock level 4. Double kill for the Ursa.
For those of you home that are scratching your head and saying, what the hell just happened? Eternal Envy, to me, in his private whispers at the night, we did share a hotel room for anybody that's interested, is that he tells me that he believes carries that gets teleport scroll 3 minutes in the game is probably one of the most broken thing in the game, and that's exactly why. He, with phase boots, just killed the enemy carry, a swell support who only had basic boots, for free. And that was after a single dive. And that basically says to Empire, hey, Bones here is by himself. You could try to kill him. Try that again. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and he's up to 600 gold. We could see a very fast blink dagger. With the cogs, being able to blink into the cogs and just kill people who are trapped, it's going to see some really nice synergy there. And this blink dagger is going to be up so incredibly fast as Empire went off to a bad start once again. They're going to rotate Scandal back down bottom, but he's only just about to hit level 4. So all in all, Empire, only hero who seems to be doing really well is Vigos at the mid lane with some decent farm, but he's basically traded farm for farm with this mag.
Ooh, it's not going to be Blink. It's going to be a Vlad's first. So maybe looking towards a little bit early Roshan, but more importantly, the early armor, the mana regen, as well as the extra damage, not going to be a miss factor as well. Zhao going to be doing a little bit of an EXP up on the bot lane. We all, like you said in last game, Bane Elemental, a very EXP dependent hero. He's going to hit level 6, 7 minutes in, 8 minutes in as a support. That's a huge deal. But looks like, all right, here comes the big bad Ursa.
He's going to get spotted out by this creep wave in just a second. He's trying to back off and not get spotted. Looks like Empire haven't noticed him just yet. Bone 7 is trying to bait things out at top lane. He's going to get caught out. Cog's there as well. He may actually die for this. He's trying to set up for an initiation, but the Cog's actually going to block off his teammates. Blow Your Brain, though. He's got trapped up. He's been gelled, and this is the great synergy between Venomancer and Ursa. 1 kill for Ursa. Can he go for a second? He's got phase boots. They're off cooldown in a second, but Godblack has boots of his own, as does Rubik.
Oh, it looks like Vigos has rotated. Great Shackle here against, but Grip already up on Zizao, and this is exactly what I mean. The pulling, the ancient the neutral tunneling early on, they're going to kill the bear as well, and right now,
Gale almost
Ursa
lands on Scandal
leading his team to huge early game domination.
Yeah, and I actually think the fast blink deck would have been nice, but he would have had mana problems. The Vlad's gives him some good mana regen. He's going to have it up just now. Arcane Boots also there now on Zizou, so for Ursa, he's in a great position now. Blink Dagger probably next. We could even go for the Shadow Blade for the extra damage as well as your initiation, but Blink with the Cog seems to be a nice way of playing this, and KP, T1 Tower to follow this up.
We're seeing a 7 or 8 minute phase into Vlad's on Ursa, and looks like, Silent thinks he's safe, and we do see this phase Ursa just moving so very quickly. Once phase comes off cooldown, he's going to go for the solo kill. Nope, don't want to dive too far. Want to turn back on that tower, and this tower is basically dead as well. Ursa doesn't even need to be there because level 3 Venomancer wards is there. Yeah,
it's all about zone. He's just zoning the heroes out while his teams can take down this tower. Tower going to be brought down. There is 3 Empire heroes there. They're going to glyph this. They may make a play to defend this. Windrush on the way activates the haste rune. They really want to take this fight, but I feel Ursa's just going to be too manly to bring down. He's done so much damage. There is no Fiend Script. Power Shot to lead things off. They need to try to bring down this Bane. The tower goes down onto the Venomancer. Venomancer going to be brought down. Ursa not able to engage. Shackle Shot doesn't actually latch on. If that latches, maybe a second kill. Enfeeble onto the Lifesteal. Cog's going to block out Lifesteal as well. Where is that Ursa? Ursa trying to chase, trying to find the openings. Not going to get him just yet. Lifesteal infests into a creep. Pops himself out. And there's your Nightmare. It's on Vigos. In comes Kaipi. Shock to lead things off. There's no win run. He gets brought down. RP gets blown. Another PGG RP, but it looks like it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. All Grips comes off cooldown, and Ursa, big bad warrior, comes in. That's 6 kills for Kaipi. Or better yet, 6 kills for Eternal Envy, as he is more than carrying his team. He's been saying for days, Ursa, overpowered hero. Well, he's showing it. He's doing it. And this, by the way, it's an elimination game for Empire. They have to win this, and it is not looking good at all.
It really is. An Empire down 1 game, have to win this to force a game 3, and if they lose this, they're out of the G1 League European American Qualifier. KP would advance to Phase 2, where it's a double elimination bracket, and that's where things start getting really heated up. But right now, KP is showing that they're a team to look out for in the European scene.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it's a surprise factor. I'm not sure if Ursa is really that strong, but maybe a combination of both. Right now, Kaipi showing they have what it takes, but also you gotta keep in mind from game one, they show a lot of mistakes of, I want to say, inexperience as well. So Kaipi, even though they're looking strong, I don't think Empire is completely out of it just yet. This is the famous, or infamous, I guess, Lifestealer and Lone Druid combo. They can make things happen.
Well, right now they don't have much item progression to do that with. Lone Druid with nothing at all. Regular boots on both his hero and his bear and an Orb of Venom. He's not anywhere near an armlet. Maelstrom, those sort of items are just so far away. Empire going for a little smoky with their 2 supports, but I don't think smoking with just 2 supports when you're this far behind is a very wise idea.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be going further and further behind. If you get this gank off, and I imagine they will, Venomancer, maybe he's even going to TP out. What does that actually do, right? Like, sure, you get a kill on a Venomancer, but on the meanwhile, everybody's leveling up. Looks like they're going to go on Paladin. Paladin drops an ultimate. That's going to get... Oh, here comes everybody. Bones, not level 6 just yet.
Clockwork.
Again, yeah, he's trying to cog somebody in.
If he had more points in the rockets, maybe he could look for a snipe off kill. Some of those heroes got very low. Clockwork with the Venomancer, actually some nice synergy there, because the ultimate gets everyone down really low but won't finish him off, but with some rockets, it'll do a lot of damage. He's actually gone for... This is... To me, he's got points in his worst skill, Battery Assault. Cogs or Rocket Flare is normally where you want to go.
I mean, what's this up being chased here by Vegas? To me, though, the X factor is how high level Kaipi supports are. If you want to compare Kaipi support to Bone, Bone's level 6 as like long lane Clockwork, and the supports are level 7 and 8 respectively. So, I mean, they're doing great, and because of that, we saw the power of the early grip. I don't think the Dire team expected that at all. And where has this Ursa been? Ursa's just rising away at the Asian stack, and there's that Blink Dagger up.
Yeah, he's got enough gold for it now. I imagine it's what he picks up. I don't know what else you'd want to be going for. Shadow Blade, I mentioned a possibility, but Blink Dagger just so much nicer on him. He can solve the mana problems from the supports who have Arcane Boots, the Bane, as well as the Mag. And the Dire team, where do they go from here? Vigos has just got his Phase Boots and bottom. We're not looking at a 4-staff anytime soon, which is really either 4-staffs and Ghost Scepters. That's how you deal with Ursa. You need these sort of mobility items. And you mentioned Blow Your Brain going for this Midas is the wrong build. We're now seeing why. The fights came as soon as Ursa got those early levels, the early Phase Boots, and now this Midas is just so limiting his damage output.
Again, I mean, it might seem like a rising game, especially for the last 2 minutes as Ursa disappeared into the Ancients and Neutrals and basically farmed away, but it really isn't. He's just farming for that Blink Dagger, and then it's going to be action 24/7. This Courier, though, might be making a last delivery as it is... Oh! Just barely got picked off there.
They'll go for a smoke on the Mag. Yeah. I think the Mag kill may have been more important there.
Yeah, I mean, it basically stopped his bottle for 3 minutes, but here comes the cavalry on the other side. Bone 7's gonna come in, 3-man Earthshock, and looks like Vigos is dead. Clockwork's gonna be dead as well. Double kill here for the team. Blink forward, skewer backwards, Shockwave, another kill, and I think they're right next to the Roshan, and one thing that Ursa's really good at, aside from killing everybody, is killing Roshan as well.
Yeah, he hasn't got much mana here, but Arcane Boots are actually up on the Bane, so this will be easy pickings. Roshan should go down with no problem at all. Spirit Bear's going to scout things out, but with 3 heroes dead, they're not too worried about this. They even drop a Gale on the Spirit Bear. Actually, no, it doesn't actually land, but either way, Empire can't really contest this. There are towers up nearby. They may look to come on in, but I just feel their item disadvantage is too big.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Vigos' item, who, in my opinion, is mostly by far the most farmed hero. Well, he's not even up to his mech yet, and of course, Lifestealer with the Midas not really paying for itself either at the moment. So, well, Ursa gets himself a Aegis, and back to farming he goes, or back to pushing he goes.
Yeah, back to getting some more item progression here. Blink Dagger is there, 16,700 gold. I think even just going straight BKB here, so you don't get shackled, stunned up, thrown in the air by a Rubik, all these sort of nasty little spells that can stop you when you blink in, may be the way to go. Otherwise, we can look just to tank up, something like a Lincoln Sphere to block some of these nukes, give you some survivability, more mana regen. But whatever item it is, KP is so far ahead right now. We're looking at gold graph, 5k gold lead at just 14 minutes in.
I mean, it says 5k gold, but it feels like almost like a 10k or maybe even a 13k gold lead, because Kaipi has complete domination of the map. They could do whatever they want, and seems like the objective for now is this tier 1 push. This tier 1 push could easily develop into a tier 2 push, as Clockwork Hook is up, as well as Magnus RP is up as well. He's not teleporting bot just yet, but if a long team fight breaks out, he could easily join the fight.
Yeah, and Lifestealer also going to be one who looks to TP into the fight. He's got his Armlet Midas tread, no treads actually, just boots. Ursa's going to go blinking in. trying to find a pick off at just Vigos, an immediate win run away before Ursa even sort of gets a clap off or anything. So you can see how scared Vigos is. He wasn't even going to get caught out there, but pops a win run anyways to be safe.
I think the next item might be a Shadow Blade here for Ursa. Just give him more mobility, more damage. Like you said, though, any item he picks up is going to be fine. And I want to see Kaipi play a little bit more aggressive. They have the Aegis, they have the hero level advantage, as well as item advantage. And to be honest, you don't want to give Empire, with the backs against the wall, to come back with the Lifestealer and Lone Druid.
Ooh, Magax is forced to screw away at top lane. He was sort of juking things out with the lifesteal a bit. I think this is where you see the limitation of the KP line. They're really far ahead, but it's hard to be aggressive. They haven't got a really strong pushing lineup. And if Empire just sit back and avoid the blink initiations, they're not going to get too many kills. Ursa looking again. He's just blinking and clapping, hoping there's someone there on the high ground, but no one actually there waiting. And this is where it's hard for KP. All they can really do is go for towers, which they're not very good at.
Blow your brain. Rages. Looks like the Vera scared him away.
No,
they gotta be very careful as well. And
I think that was the Venno lagging because he ran in really suicidally there. It's sort of one of those moments where it feels like a pub game where he's running in to get off that ultimate, but he was just running in suicidally. If he got entangled there, he was dead.
Yeah, and although if he gets entangled now, he might be dead as well. And they are explaining, like you said, big lag here for Palady. And look at how tanked that Venomancer is. Level 9 strength shreds. Is he actually getting stats? Yes.
Wow.
He only got several skill points.
Yeah, I think this is the best Venomancer. This is what I see most sort of back when it was played quite a lot by Chinese players, even in the European scene. The Gale doesn't scale all too well. It used to scale even worse because the mana cost used to go from like 90 to 130 as you level it up. Now it's a flat 125 at all levels, which is why Venomancer got picked less, because it used to be level 1 Gale cost 90 mana, so it was really cost effective. But now it's a lot more mana at level 1. Poison Sting, it's nice to have a bit of extra damage, but the stats and survivability is more what Veno's about.
Man, this no moral guy. Don't rush us, please, Agent and admins. I'm playing Ursa. I don't give a fuck.
Wow. Wow, talk about no morals. Shots fired from Eternal Envy.
There's nothing to do with the Chinese. Damn. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna sit back and sip on my Coke and watch this drama.
Same thing, man. We don't even need to commentate.
Yeah, it commentates for itself. This game. But hopefully that we're gonna have a quick reconnect, and hopefully there's no, this is a Western qualifier. Yeah, hey, sure, you tell them.
Unfortunately for the Western teams, things got off to a bad start with the Chinese organizers. It was out of their control. It sounded like a lot of the stuff going on yesterday, guys. For those of you who tuned in yesterday, you probably know a bit about all the drama that happened. But hopefully things go smooth. This series so far has been great. I mean, one disconnect for a pause is nothing much at all.
Yeah, actually, it's actually really, really good compared to like the Orange games or Zenith games where there's just continuous amount of pauses.
DK's the worst. DK's the worst on Southeast Asia servers. They have a really bad connection to Southeast Asia, and it's normally like 5 pauses a game. But that's another thing where, sure, it sucks and it shouldn't happen, but it's sort of out of DK's control. Their internet at their boot camp, like from the city they're from, just doesn't connect well to Southeast Asia.
And also, I mean, what about those Valve servers for the past week? I mean, it's just horrible. I can't get a pub game going right, and I'm sure these pro games matter a lot more, and they have a lot of server issues as well. And
Southeast Asia servers are actually being relocated apparently this weekend, or like for about a week or so. So even the Southeast Asian servers aren't. It's good that the Asian qualifiers finished, because Southeast Asian servers for the next week or so are going to be a bit unstable.
Well, didn't they just add a new Singapore server? I think
I believe so. Yeah.
From a tweet from DPM Licious. Shout out to DPM. She's awesome.
She is. She is.
Well, for anybody that's joining us or tuning in, this is Kaipi versus Empire, best of 3 series. Kaipi leads 1 game, and of course, this is a good time to bring up that bracket, as whoever is eliminated will be out of the tournament. Later on today, I think 3 or 4 hours from now, we'll be casting Dignitas versus
Q Pandas. Well, they say Q Pandas.
Thank you, head boss LD. LD is just standing behind me. It's like you can't make any mistakes.
Troll the chat. Make sure Lumi fixes his English and gets the bracket right.
Well, man, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff to fix.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a cool looking. Looking on to phase 2, we've got Team Liquid against AL who sort of got that upset against EG. The winner of this match goes up against Fnatic EU. We've got Alliance, the former No Tidehunter, up against Mouse Sports, and then Na'Vi versus the winner of QPad Red Pandas and Team Dignitas. So you basically got the best 12 teams in Europe and America here, and it'll be interesting to see how things go down, especially once we get to phase 2 where it's a double elimination bracket. So it should be the top 2 teams who come out on top and advance to that Chinese LAN finals.
Apparently, Venomancer has disconnected from everything. Hopefully, he will be coming back very soon.
Hopefully. Okay, Lumi, if you could choose any 2 teams to qualify for the LAN finals from this, who would you choose?
Any 2 team.
Yep. Well, who are in?
This is not talking about skill level and all that stuff. Yeah, right?
Skill level aside, like who would be your choice?
It's not even close. It's Team Liquid and Kaipi, and for obvious reasons, because Eternal Envy as well as Fluff and Stuff are 2 people that I really look up to as Dota players. So I really hope that they could go far. And I think G1 League Western qualifiers being able to go to China is a step towards that direction.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you? What about you guys?
The teams I would have said, like, 2 of them are knocked out already. I like both EG and Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro I probably would have said, but they're knocked out. EG are knocked out. I would say Team Liquid and I guess Na'Vi. I think it's always fun watching Na'Vi play the Chinese team.
Actually, I think we talked about this, right? Na'Vi is out of a lot of these teams, who, by the way, are doing just great and nothing against them. But I think both of us and a couple of others also agree that Na'Vi perhaps is a team that has enough potential in players, if they all on their A game, could actually go very, very deep in this Chinese heavy tournament.
As bad as EG have been playing lately, that's why I kind of would like to see them in China, because they actually do well on the big stage. And when they go to China, they did well at TI2. They took a game off IG in the winter bracket. They put up a good showing. And the same thing last time when they actually trained in China for like 6 months or something. It probably wasn't that long. Like last SMM, when there was all that drama at SMM. But they were playing in Chinese tournaments and getting some okay results. And that's something which they have a lot of respect for the Chinese scene. They really actually put a lot of effort into matches when they're up against the Chinese team. So I think they're a team who's fun to watch against the Chinese teams. Some of these other teams I just feel may get sort of blown out of the water. Nothing Chinese fan, not being a Chinese fanboy or anything. I just think some teams would really struggle a bit against, I mean, anyone struggles against IG, but I think some teams will more than a team like Na'Vi or EG.
God's not being a Chinese fanboy?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go though. I'm really looking forward. It's like a mini international, but even like in some ways, okay, international's prestigious. G1 League obviously not as prestigious, but there's only 6 teams, so it's even harder to get into the G1 League LAN finals than it is to get into the international. Yeah,
and you have to actually prove it. You have to show your guns. You know, you're not invited by, hey, we are a well-known team. We have well-known players, and you invite us. You gotta put out big guns here. And so far, of course, cheering for Kaipi. They're doing quite well in this game.
Yeah. And really, I mean, on that note, you look at that. Just look at the Asian qualifier. There was LGD International, DK, and Zenith. Those 3 teams were fighting over 1 spot, the last spot to get to the LAN finals, and both LGD International and Zenith didn't make it. So it's tough, and we'll have the same thing here in the European and American qualifier.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. I mean, Zenith not making it was the biggest surprise to me, because I felt like Zenith probably one of the best team in the world at the moment in the the Eastern scene. To me, it's like IG. Probably Zenith at number 2, and I was completely shocked. And of course, not having XY was a very, very... I'm not sure how big had an impact on it, but I'm sure it had some impact.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Well,
hopefully things get underway soon, guys. We don't need a deja vu of yesterday.
Well, when LD and Pierre and Flax, I believe, was casting, they had a lot of knock-knock jokes. I don't have any of those, so gods, if you want to provide some entertainment. But I'm pretty sure all the entertainment the chat needs is actually you to whip out a webcam and show them your hair, the dreamy face, and nobody will actually complain.
It's not as good today. I don't have my dreamy bed hair going on.
I see.
Wow.
What about them female fans at New York?
What female fans? There was like 90%, well, even more than 90% male at the event itself. I don't know what RIT's demographics are, but I'm glad.
Apparently it's like 65-35.
Okay.
In terms of male-female breakdown. I love RIT. Shout out to RIT because they have all the things I love.
We could,
Smash Brothers Melee,
Well-
Magic the Gathering, Dota.
yeah. They have
Yeah.
a lot of cool stuff. I mean, they had knock jokes. Apparently, AC had story time. We could do some story time about what happened when someone ate my Egg McMuffin.
Sure. Gods, please tell us that story time. I love it.
Okay, well, what was it? Saturday morning, we had a very early start to sort of start setting up. The tournament started at 12, but I got there at 6:30, 7 o'clock. We spent a couple hours setting up. Half the people were there. The casters and like the analysts were getting there later. I just went there with like some of the production people to help set up, and we were going to get McDonald's. So we went out, got McDonald's breakfast, came back. We each had like we basically ordered for like seven people who were there early setting up. We came back with all the stuff. I go to like get my jacket or something on. I come back, and both my bacon egg McMuffins are missing. And I'm like, what happened? I ordered 2 bacon egg McMuffins. And then suddenly I look around, and Eternal Envy is chowing down on my bacon and egg McMuffin when he wasn't one of the ones there early. We hadn't ordered anything for you or Eternal Envy because you guys weren't there when we left. And
Right.
there he is eating my egg McMuffin. That was like, I was tired as fuck. I was sleepy. More importantly, I was freezing fucking cold. And my bacon egg McMuffin was getting chowed down on.
That's a big part. He took you a fucking McMuffin.
Yeah, so he took my egg McMuffin. Later on, we had like some downtime, and I don't know how things started off, but
We had some downtime, right? So
we had some downtime.
to make sure we fill the stream with entertainment, we did things like trivia. You know, we asked the stream the question, and if they answered something right, we gave them a prize, things like that. Right, we ran out all 70 questions that we wrote. So what to do next? Well, we'll play some Dota videos, Anti-Mage Blink and Slam, Ogre Magi, and Dota 1 Level 1 Gang, all that stuff. We ran out of those as well. And then we said, all right, Eternal Envy 1v1, because he's practicing Ursa a lot. And what happened there, guys?
I stepped in. I said, done. I'm taking the challenge. 1v1. Let's go. I was upset about the bacon egg McMuffin. I was ready to unleash my anger on the Dota playing field. I even played to his rule. He's like, okay, man, I want to play Ursa, but we got to play by my rules. Like he said, no runes, bottle crowing, not the BTS rules where you can't bottle crow, you can get runes. And I'm like, dude, bottle crowing is the most boring 1v1 mid shit ever, but fine, let's do it. I had a game plan. He picked Ursa. I pulled out the big YOLO 420 swag plays and hit the random button.
Yo.
I manned up. I wanted that random gold. And Death Prophet came out, and, well, I mean...
The rest was history.
The rest was history. You were commentating the match, but it was just like some next-level plays.
I think me commentating the match actually helped you out, guys. I'm not sure. Because
No, I had all the intel already.
I gave you the download of what exactly he was going to do. I said he was going to max Earthshock, he's going to go phase boost, he's going to rush boots, and basically go for like a level 4 kill.
Yeah. I mean, I played against Ursa before. I was on point, and this aside, he had an $80 Razer keyboard advantage as well.
He did. The Black Widow.
I was playing from behind from the get-go. He had some Razer Black Widow keyboard. I was on freaking B-Balling's $10 piece of shit keyboard.
Yes.
But didn't matter. $80 Razer advantage, not enough for the egg McMuffin rage.
Long story short, MV dove past the tower, tried to man up, and Ursa, quite a manly hero. But some intense kiting going on, and a couple of Carrion Swarm later, Envy rage quit out of the game and said, right, please fix random go. That's the end of the story.
I actually think my build was... I should have just gone... it was someone in the BTS chat was like, dude, everyone's going to bottle crow. Why don't you just go bottle first? I went like some stupid null talisman 3-branch build. Like, everyone's going to bottle crow. You should just go bottle level 1. But I was stupid enough not to go bottle level 1.
Yeah, it worked out fine. I mean...
Yeah. He didn't go bottle level 1 either. It was good, man. Lesson of the story is don't eat my egg McMuffin.
Don't take God's shit. He will come get you.
Yeah. Well, I saw the brackets up. Let's go in the game. People have seen that long enough. We're still paused. I'm sure people are thinking.
Sorry, guys. We are trying to... I mean, there's nothing we can do but wait. And hopefully it doesn't develop into a 45-minute wait. But if that's the case, we will have more story to tell you guys. Maybe.
Hopefully. I don't have much more. I'm out of content. It's been a long, tiring weekend.
I mean, we only want gods for BTS was here, and you already have fulfilled your quota quite admirably so.
Yeah. I've done my LAN event for the weekend.
Yeah, the LAN event was quite good.
It was just cool to have like something to give back to the community, do something at the collegiate level, actually, and having a few known players like PowerNet playing for his team. They didn't even win. A team from NA Dota actually ended up winning.
There was some NA Dota on that last game.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that. I don't think that's a very good story to tell, but yeah, a couple NA Dota guys won, and gears were given out and speeches were made at the end. It was an overall very, very. I personally think it was a quite successful event.
Yeah, I agree. All right, admin's just asking how long till he's coming back. Hopefully something gets sorted out soon. We don't need a deja vu of yesterday. I guess the other big story was having to like race over during the grand finals. B-Bowling got sick, and
Oh yeah,
that was unfortunate.
and I feel bad for B-Balling because it was one of the better matches of the day, and B-Balling was actually on a very healthy diet, and the whole weekend we ate nothing but grease. Right? We had Red Robins for a night. We had Chinese. We had McDonald's. What else do we had? We had pizza, and
My diet on that day of the event, the Saturday, was McDonald's for breakfast, pizza for lunch, and like greasy Chinese for dinner.
yeah. So long story short, B-Balling had to go throw up, and God stepped in. So. I think it's a good time to remind the viewers that Eternal Envy, despite losing to the Midwest Fun Rage, did quite well in this game.
Yeah, I think the training he had in that game as Ursa
I see, I understand.
has helped him out here. He knows what can sort of throw him off. There is no Death Prophet in the game, but I mean, Leshrak and Winner are essentially the same here as a Death Prophet. They throw spammy nukes at you. They run around like little girls. I don't know. Not much difference.
And Ursa more manly than ever before.
Yeah, I agree. It's working out really well. And it's like you say, the early TP top, 3-4 minutes in the game, and then suddenly you get 2 kills. It really is so far being sort of the big thing for KP. And just a reminder, guys, after this game we do have the QPad Red Pandas up against Team Dignitas, which will be a best of 3 as well. And then we've also, after that game, we've got WePlay. We've got the final match from Group B, which is No Tidehunter up against Rock's Kiss. So we're going to have 3 best of 3s today. Hopefully we get to cover everything. I think we've still got plenty of time because there's 4 hours between these 2 G1 League matches.
Hopefully it doesn't take that full 4 hours. Just gonna throw that out there.
Hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. No word from the admins just yet that we've heard of as far as what's going on. Unfortunately, once again, the Chinese admins are going to be running into some problematic issues with the Western teams, which is this isn't very characteristic. It's honestly been just some bad luck and some unfortunate circumstances for the most part.
Yeah. Apparently net is not working out here. Where is Paladi from? Am I pronouncing this right now?
He's Swedish. Yeah. I actually did some research, as I sometimes do. I decided my hair alone isn't going to carry me through my Dota career.
So is internet cafes a big thing on Sweden? Is there a possibility of a save low? Of playing from a different computer? Seems like his net is...
Save low, dude, those things are like buggy as all hell, and I've had like 1 in 10 success rate using save loads, or like just reloads in general. He could go to a net cafe and just reconnect.
That's you can reconnect on a different computer? I didn't know that.
Yep, I'm pretty sure you can. 90% sure you can. But I'm not sure what's going on here. Apparently he's offline everything, so if KP had like, oh, he's going to be back in 5 minutes, or they would say what's up if he said anything. So it looks like it's just complete either internet or power outage from him since he's not saying anything.
We're not sure whether he has...
It doesn't seem like a Steam or Dota 2 issue. Otherwise, he'd probably tell his team on Skype or whatever that there's something up.
Well, LD is posting in the chat, says, admins said they will wait 3 minutes and continue 4v5, and that was 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
So... And I don't think Eternal Flamer could even say anything because that was quite a very long wait already.
Yeah. And this is Sweden, man. Sweden have good internet, good infrastructure. If it was one of the other 3 players who are from Romania, that's sort of a slightly more difficult scenario. But the 3 Romanian players doing fine. Nothing against Romanians, of course. I'd say the same thing about certain other countries. Watching and casting Filipino teams games, very headachy just because of all the internet issues they get.
It's an adventure.
Yeah. 1 hour delays expected some of the time.
Expected. I wonder if Pino organizations like, all right, tournament starts at 12 o'clock. but really it starts at 1.
I've been actually tempted to do, but back in the Gigabyte Dota Masters, I was actually doing that for some of the later matches. I would tell them 30 minutes before it actually started because they would. The first
or show on time then.
There was actually like 1 or 2 matches which were like over an hour past, but that was back when there was like regular patches, and it was always when there was a new patch because it would literally take 2 hours to like 5 hours for them to patch their computers, and like we had to reschedule a few matches just because of the patches. Wow. So it was always because of that. One of the teams from Thailand also had some issues patching because they were all playing from net cafes. Like there's a certain download limit, so if there's a new patch in a net cafe, it just completely fucks everything up.
I would just like to let you know that during our story time, we have gained about 200 viewers.
Okay. I think it's people waking up. Well, people waking up in America, people getting off work in Europe.
I just think they need to hear you to tell more McMuffin stories.
I only have the one McMuffin story. I don't have any more.
Looks like the game is unpaused, and let's talk about the important things as we have a hectic Team 5 on the resume.
All right, let's see some...
They could easily micro Venomancer. Yeah. It's not exactly the most difficult hero to play.
All you gotta do is pop ultimate. I think that could be Bane's job. Grip someone and then just micro the Venomancer in, push R. Depending if you use... The thing that's really annoying and hard to micro the heroes is if you're using legacy keys. Because then the hotkeys on that second hero are wrong.
Yeah, it's different, and it's going to be annoying.
I wish that's the one thing I wish Valve would fix. Because I actually enjoy when my teammates disconnect and microing multiple heroes, but you just can't do it in Dota 2.
It is quite annoying to do so. They're going to give up the tier 2 push. In fact, they're going to transition to tier 1 or tier 2 up top. And with the Ursa, with the overwhelming hero advantage, they could easily kind of power through. And seems like they're waiting for the next free wave. Are they smoking up? I'm not sure.
They've still got this Aegis for a bit of time here. I think they definitely look to siege this tier 2 tower at least. The one thing they can do is group up as 5 and just push. Even though they haven't got the best pushing lineup, Empire aren't really able to take a fight when they defend just because of this item disadvantage. You've got the Mag with a Blink RP, you've got Ursa with an Aegis. There's no way Empire look to defend. They're just going to look to farm out. And they're farming faster than KPR right now because they're split around the map. They've got one hero bottom, one hero in the Ancients, one hero spamming off top to slow things down. And KP need to be careful that they don't let Empire catch up too much.
Again, Ursus, for those of you guys who don't see it too often, he's not one of the heroes that will take you into a 50-minute late game. He's a very, very explosive early game hero, and he has that explosive start. He's 7-0-2. I mean, this is a great start that you can't ask for more. But you gotta be careful, you know. I think he has one more item or two, and he's completely peaked out. 25 minutes in the game, and you cannot really go really too late beyond that one.
Yeah, do you think... Oh, I'm about to say, do you think BKB, he just picks himself up a Mithril Hammer as well as Ogre Club. So BKB going to be up and right now. He's got his BKB, and I think KP look to take a fight ASAP. They've got Aegis just for another minute or so. They've got the BKB up. This is really where they've got to find those pickoffs. You can't really go on the win run. You've just got to blink on whoever you can out of these support heroes, whether it's Leshrac, Rubik, even maybe you can bring down Lone Druid even. So whoever it is, you've got to find them and just kill them off quickly, make it a 4v5.
And if you're Empire, you don't take that fight. You just have the win run to defend against the push. Like you said, Kaipi not exactly too good at pushing against towers. Venomancer Ward's a little bit better defending tower than pushing them. And because of that, you can stand back, power shot, and basically farm, catch up. And throughout the last, I want to say 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so, the gold chart is dipping a bit, and that's considering that they have lost the tower, so that's pretty good. Back in the mid lane, though, here comes No Moro.
Shackled up and run. They don't want to take the fight. They see the Aegis, they see the BKB. Grip. There is a grip on Opa. Vigor's going to be brought down. It looks like hookshot Cogs. No escape.
I love the fact that, oh no, Arise, he's trying to do something. It looks like Moro has blinked into a splitter, but he doesn't care. He sees Scando, normally very, very tank hero, but looks like Aegis is running out. It's ran out. He doesn't want to dive in. He does have blink when he's coming back alive. Is he going to be blinking for some kills? Yes, he will. Sees winner, and well, that's a free kill.
Yeah, Goblet goes down. He was trying to split Earth as the Ursa came out. Didn't really need to. It's not like they were going to try and go on the Ursa. And Ursa gets out. They didn't even have to pop a BKB during that fight. Nice fight for KP there.
Yep, nice fight. They're going to try to take a tier 2, which again, their team not too good at pushing. And you can see that Eternal Envy going back up top and defend that one. Stop DDoSing, please. Pause. And looks like we're going to have more issues.
Oh, man. This is problematic. What did we do to deserve this?
Who is DDoSing this Ursa game?
I'm checking pings.
Does anybody have soul?
Yeah, it's Ursa. Is ping KP... Who is it? Zizou? No, Bone 7.
KP's
Their pings seem fine, but I guess it's just spikes coming out from certain issues. But
I'm personally very sad to see a game that started out so well to come to kind of this.
And the thing is, this is going to be a good game, despite the fact KP are up by 7.5k gold. They could take down all these tier 2 towers, but pushing tier 3s going high ground is going to be really hard. Empire have a good lineup to turtle with. They have a much better late game. There's heroes like Venomancer, Ursa, who are going to become very redundant in the late game, and Lone Druid Lifesteal are going to scale a lot better. So I feel Empire are still in this game with a shot. Unfortunately, the lag, the Venomancer disconnection will basically, if Empire come back and win this game, it'll be sort of called into doubt because of the disconnection, because of the fact KP have these issues. But I feel even without these issues, Empire still have in this with a good chance.
Well, I completely agree with you, by the way. I still believe Empire very well in this one because Ursa not exactly the most late game hero. But alas, what can we do?
I don't know. I don't know. We can hope that these lag issues hopefully cease, whether it's DDoS or not. I think it's a bit unfair to jump to conclusions that it's DDoS right off the bat, but it definitely is some kind of unusual lag. Well, it seems...
What else can you say it on? Like, what else can you call it?
It doesn't seem like... Venomancer's just disappeared. I don't think you can call that DDoS. But
sure, now they're saying, you know, Bones is lagging, and apparently he never lags.
Yeah. I don't... Yeah, I mean, the console pings are okay. I'm not going to call anyone out here, but Venomancer is just completely disconnected. And they didn't even...
There's no reason for Kaipi. I mean, I'm sure there's some haters out there that are like they're trying to get a free win. They're so far ahead. I mean, I'm sure they would love to play the game out, but...
Pings still seem okay, but I guess that's not something that would show with apparently, at least according to these players.
All right. Seems like Kaipi will play it out, and this is, again, a very dangerous territory for Kaipi. For the game's sake, but more importantly for the morale. If you suddenly lose this game, it could get really, really tough on the game.
And it seems like they're having some pretty serious issues here with their lag and their ability to play this game. We'll see Empire this may help them get back into this game, which is the unfortunate sort of series of events, but we can't have all the delays. We had some sort of big issues yesterday with it. They're continuing today, which is really unfortunate to see, but hopefully the result is at least not going to be too badly affected by it.
Well, looks like Empire doing what they need to do is basically split the map open and keep on farming, keep on rising. Let's see any kind of big item progressions. We do see Empire Scandal now just picked up a helmet. We're going for that very, very famous or infamous now armlet build. Excuse me. You can see that Vigos trying to finish that mech already has to go for it. Just needs to pick it up. Bowl your brain with that Midas and free farm. Going to be working towards his next big item after armlet. If I restart my modem, DDoS might go away. I think he's going to be asking for another pause, and looks like there will be another pause.
Yeah, we'll have to see if the admins allow it, but right now, Tusky, oh no, he's reconnected. Main admin has reconnected, well, main English admin, I should say. Not the overall overlord of G1 League. That would be the Chinese.
Try offline mode of Steam, someone says to me.
The main thing is Skype. If people can find your IP very easily through Skype, and then, well, the rest is history.
And you cannot not use Skype for Dota. The whole Dota world connects through Skype, so...
I don't think that's entirely true.
In terms of talking to admins, in terms of talking to other players, in terms of...
Oh, no, sorry, I was talking about what Envy said. I don't think someone's trying to ruin G1 by DDoSing a team a day. It didn't happen during the Asian qualifiers. If it was something against G1, well, I mean, obviously this is just the start of the European American qualifier, and there's been persistent issues, but it hasn't been exclusive to this event. There were some issues in the GD Studios DreamHack Invitational. So teams need there's a Reddit thread up where you can sort of get some info about protecting yourself from the DDoS attacks, if that is what is going on here.
Guys, we just want good Dota, please.
Yeah, it's been happening for some time, and I think players just say, oh, it's not going to happen to me. That's sort of the mentality, is players just think, oh, it's happening to these other teams, so it won't happen to me. I don't need to take precautions. But as is being proven to all of you out there, even teams who aren't sort of, even if you're not a Na'Vi or a Fnatic or a no Tidehunter, it's worth sort of taking these precautions.
Lesson of the day, wear protection.
Yep, safety first.
Safety first. All right, disconnect is going to be happening, and hopefully we're not going to have a 3v5 Dota.
It's,
Oh God.
Yeah, this is where it's really hard to. I mean, I don't blame the G1 at League admins for allowing these pauses, but it's like not like 10 minutes ago they said, oh, only 3 more minutes allowed to wait, but now there's like, oh, more waiting. It sucks for the viewers, it sucks for the teams as well, but there's no easy solution here. Empire, of course, being great sports, they haven't really said much at all.
Easy solution is let's all play LAN.
Yeah, LAN mode. Let's invite all 16 teams to LAN. Well, easier solution, well, I guess more cost-efficient solution is just to protect yourself from DDoS.
He's reconnecting. All right, and we will unpause.
All right, they seem ready. Empire ready. We're gonna get things underway. Here we go, guys. For those of you who have been sort of zoned out, like me and Lumi, we'll quickly catch you up to speed. It's 11 kills to 5 favoring KP, but more importantly, a 7.5k gold lead on the back of a very, very farmed Ursa. And KP, they're ahead. They'll be ahead for some time, but ending this game is going to be what's difficult with their lineup.
Yep, they're going to be trying to go for a little bit of pushing, but they're not exactly too good at doing so. They don't have great pushing heroes. More importantly, Dire has some decent defending hero. And of course, like you pointed out earlier, going up against that high ground will be extraordinarily difficult. Of course, they will have access into that Roshan pit. They will basically get every Aegis. And you can see that right now. Eternal Envy is playing so damn aggressive because he has the item as well as the hero to play aggressive. And basically, I think what he's trying to do right now is... Oh my goodness, the server is skipping out now.
It's fine for me. I'm okay.
Okay, just for me then. But yeah, basically what Envy wants to do is zone people out so his teammates could slowly but safely push down towers.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for this tier 2 tower now, bottom lane. And Empire, they've got a couple heroes there. Oh, here we go. Here's some lag from me. I'm getting timeout. Blame Valve. Hashtag.
Is it Valve?
I don't know. I'm not dropping frames, which is the good news, so it seems like XSplit's okay. I don't think we're gonna. Hopefully, we're not missing a team fight. I think KP should just. Are you still in the game now?
I am down to 8 seconds.
Okay.
7, 6.
Server crash. Valve being DDoS, man.
Somebody got Valve's contact on Skype too?
Apparently, Valve IP. Well, Valve have more than one IP, obviously. I imagine they're somewhat. It's Valve, man. They'll be protected against DDoS.
They definitely.
All right, I'm reconnecting now. Are you also trying to reconnect?
I'm trying to reconnect.
Interesting to see if this works. I'm asking if other people in the Skype group if they also timed out. Hopefully not just us. No need to hate on a certain other game that probably has nothing to do with what's going on here.
You know that certain other game actually play all their games on their headquarters, which
on
no
LAN.
tech problems on LAN, all of them.
Well,
so
they don't have a public LAN, but the matches for their LCS do have LAN mode, like
So,
it's like
I
private
mean-
LAN mode.
maybe that's something they consider.
Well, that would require a lot of esports involvement from Valve, which isn't really what they want to be doing. It sounds like disconnected from server, unable to establish connection to server. Frick.
All right, G1 admins, do your magical thing.
The problem is, if everyone disconnects, the game ends. Like, you can't reconnect if everyone disconnects, the server is gone.
Right, but if let's say the game disconnects, we can't load and stuff happens.
You can't give win to KP, even though they're ahead. For one thing, I think Empire can come back. For another thing, the issues. I mean, obviously, right now the issue isn't with KP, but it started out with KP somewhat.
I am in complete agreement with you. Despite the 8,000 gold lead, despite the 8-0 Ursa, despite the huge gold experience, whatever big lead, it's not a done deal.
Step one is try reload. If reload doesn't work, it's full remake. There's no way I would...
Full remake? I don't know about that.
If you can't reload, I said. You try reload, but if you can't reload, I don't think you can give the win to... You can't give the win to KP. It's... For one thing, there's potential for a comeback. For another...
Here's the thing, though. Would it be fair to KP to do a free reload? I don't think so.
No, it's not fair, but it's the most fair. It's not about what's fair.
I don't think so
It's
either.
about what's most fair.
I don't think that's...
What's
the
more
most
fair? What's more fair, then? Giving a free win? That's... If it comes down to you can't reload...
It should not be free reload, at the very least. It should be... so hard.
There's no middle ground. It's either...
I mean, back in the old days, and this is about 5-6 years ago, where Dota 1 reloads happen all the time.
Yeah.
Where they would do like, oh, we reload, but we'll feed you first blood or a tower or something like that. Like, purposefully giving advantage to one team. But
it then at that point it's no longer like a Dota game. It's like I mean, it's still
right now what we have isn't a Dota game. We're trying to play let's load Dota 2.
And then you have to say like how many kills do you give away, how many towers at what point, because you can't really like fake the first 15 minutes of the game. I think the only two decisions are either full remake or default win to Kaipi, in which case, to me, the full remake, it sucks balls for Kaipi because they're so far ahead, but it's more fair than a default win.
Well.
Oh, dear. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I'm not sure what's going on, guys. I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go talk with the admins, talk to the players, teams, figure out what's going on. I'll put on some music, and we'll keep you guys as updated as possible in the chat. But right now, it looks like we may have a somewhat prolonged break/pause here, which we do apologize for. As you guys can see, the issue is out of our control. It's even at this point out of the team's control. It was initially something on the KP side, or maybe some of the KP plays being DDoS, whatever it may be. But right now, it seems to be something with the server, and hopefully that gets fixed soon, guys. But we'll be back soon. Sorry, everyone, for these issues. Be sure to stay tuned in. We'll have, hopefully, the rest of game number 2 coming up soon.
We could do story time.
I'm too tired for this. I want to go. I want my chocolate lava cake, man.
Oh, okay. I agree.
Chocolate lava cake time. We'll be back soon, guys.
Fuck story time. Bye, guys.
Shouldn't show console on stream. That was a big bad idea. We're gonna get ourselves into this game. Okay, you can't get player IPs from console. That makes a lot more sense. These games are...
Well, it's a true 5v4. Don't use Skype.
Yep, I agree. That's the big issue. We're gonna... Yeah, now it is a true 5v4, and... I mean, at this point, I guess KP would rather play on like this and have a full reload anyways, but this is going to be tough, because they have not got good heroes.
They see Scandal, though. Scandal's going to get picked off very, very easily. Scandal's on the run, but here comes RP. Here comes, well, no Moro.
Yeah.
Free kill. Tier 2 tower's going to get destroyed. They're going to rotate back top. I think they got the tier 2 before the low, correct?
They were... Yeah, because they were about to push the bottom tier 2.
Yeah.
They were at 17 minutes in, yeah. They had this tier 2. I don't think they had that pick off, but either way, they do now, which is, I mean, it's fair game. Once you reload, the game does change course, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll see what happens from here on out.
Yeah, Ursa will be picking up the BKB, although I don't think he'll change his item choice. He's going to teleport back on the bot lane. If he seems out Ursa, Ursa. You could definitely jump on him, but he'd probably rage and TP out. Although I'm not sure if he's going to make it out during the full duration of the TP.
Yep. And Ursa did pick up his BKB last game. I imagine we'll be seeing that come out again, especially when you're playing 4v5. More than ever, you need a BKB.
Here's the thing right now. Empire can't take on a heads-up fight, especially with a BKB online. They basically have to dodge, and dodge till
40 minutes in, I would say.
Dodge so they can't dodge anymore. Clockwork Hook from long range. Blow Your Brain trapped in. And right now, Blow Your Brain trying to fight his way out, but there's no fighting out against this Ursa.
I like what Clockwork did. He opened up a space in the cogs, and now Ursa goes on, gets another kill. Buyback coming out from the lifesteal. They want to take this fight, but that's not a good idea when Ursa has an Aegis. Maybe you can kill some of these other heroes. Bone 7, will get away from that power shot. Does get out of the cogs, and the key thing there was he cogged up the hero, and then he opened up a path for Ursa to get inside those cogs.
Yeah, you can see that Envy checking the Roshan, maybe see this it has respawned or not. The Aegis on him. He doesn't know when the Aegis actually runs out. We don't know if it runs out in 6 minutes or if it runs out in 10 minutes or whatever. So this is not exactly the position to be a good position for him to be in.
Well, it's always, I mean, the chance of it expiring as you die is very low. As long as you keep an eye on it, like before you're about to fight, you should be okay. And they're going to find another pick off here, maybe. Lifestealer, Rage TP. Rage TP. He's going to try to fight. He's going to go on Zizou. Zizou pops a Nightmare. Envy's stuck, though. And stuck for another 5 seconds here. He's still trying to chew his way out. He hasn't actually TP'd. There's a blink RP coming from the mag. Skewer back. He blinks out, and the skewer there. He tried to skewer him into Envy. Envy sort of gets completely juked. Now he infests into the Lone Druid Spirit Bear. What a completely series of errors coming out from KP. They're going to lose the mag here. Lifesteal are going to survive. Leshrac does go down. Scandal. He's now on the run, and Ursa going to pick him off. Age is still there, luckily for the Ursa. And there's your TP out. Lifesteal escapes.
What a shackle shot. Look at that thing go.
It's the reload shackle shot, man. That would not have happened if this wasn't a reload.
Maybe. I don't know. But, well, Ursa still surviving at the end of the day. 1-for-1 trade. Here's the thing, though. Empire's not dodging, or at least successfully anyways. Yeah. Trading kills like these, I think, still favors Radiant side. I'm sure the Empire is getting some gold, and they're protecting their towers, but this Ursa is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
MP's game plan has to be avoid every single possible fight and just farm around the map. It's sort of about, it's more, not really split pushing, it's just split farming. Have heroes farming in different locations. If one hero gets picked off, it's okay, as long as you just don't let Kaipi do serious damage to tier 3 towers and start pushing, because Kaipi, their lineup, how do you actually push high ground? Unless they get, like, 6-slotted Ursa, like, they have no damage output to kill towers with. They don't really have creep wave support either, because Power Shot, Fade Bolt, Leshrac, well, Leshrac doesn't have Lightning, but it's a Split Earth. There's so much to defend towers with. Pushing high ground is going to be so difficult against Empire, unless you have Aegis and huge damage output from the Ursa.
I think they have basically 2 ways, and both of them are not that reliable. Way number 1 is basically get a free pick-off somewhere with the pushing creep equilibrium, and then just go in 5 or 4v4 in this case, and try to overpower the enemy team. The second thing is to actually use a Clockwork Initiate and provide a ton of disruption. Ursa blinks in and just basically go for kills. Uh-oh, they see the Wind Rider. Wind Rider does not have Force Staff. She has the mech and she popping it. Look at those shackle shots, although
and meanwhile, further up mid, there will be a TP out coming from Silent. It's still okay for Empire because they're going for this split push. They have Leshrac at bottom. Leshrac's trying to bait a gank. He's saying, come and gank me. I'm going for a tier 1 tower, but Mag drops an RP in the enemy jungle. Scandal as well as Blow Your Brain, both caught out. Ursa, this looks like 2 kills going the way of Team Kaipi. Ursa going to try and finish off this lifesteal here. He can armlet toggle. He's trying to do so. Infest is up. He's trying to get to his creep wave here. He's not going to be able to get there. Maybe he can. He's still on the run. Skewer back. And there's your finish off. He picks off the lifesteal. T1 tower goes down at bottom, but that's a good trade for Kaipi.
Yeah, again, kills on carries this time. That is more important. I agree with you. If you give them a couple of kills for more farm, especially if you make more gold in terms of losing the gold, always a good trade, but not when you're making gold on Leshrac and losing gold on your Lifestealer as well as a Lone Druid, who by nothing at this point. I think I saw a Helm of Iron Will earlier, trying to go into that armlet, but I don't think he's anywhere.
He hasn't even got his Spirit Bear up right now. He's been dying too much, and I think Empire, the plan was there is just send Leshrac bottom pretty much to die while going for a tier 1 tower, because that would give space for the key heroes like Lifesteal, Lone Druid to farm. Or even if they aren't ganking Leshrac, they had to avoid those ganks. They didn't avoid the ganks. Leshrac got a tier 1 tower, but the fact they got 3 heroes ganked in their jungle and lost all those lives, not worth it at all. So Empire, it's all about not letting these heroes get caught out. They get Leshrac caught out at bottom, which is okay. It's not the end of the world for them. I mean, it forces heroes to go bottom when KP want to be pushing.
You know what? I'm gonna say that Lone Druid farms a Force Staff. I'm not even kidding.
Okay. I actually don't... even Ghost Scepter?
Sure. Anything to get that Ursa off of you.
Everyone gets Ghost Scepters, then the damage output is almost non-existent. The only way Ursa's getting kills is during that RP.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure, because Earthshock, 6-second cooldown, it is a very spammable slow, so...
Yeah. We need 4-staff. I don't like this Windrunner mech build for once. I feel like you need to go straight for a 4-staff this game.
I mean, the game actually was this bad already a while back, but he got a buckler first, and it seems like he's like, you know what, let's finish it. But I don't think at this point mech basically nullifies 1 hit from Ursa.
Yeah, that's the problem with Ursa. It's single target burst damage. Mech is not good against that. For spread AoE damage, it's decent, which is really only maybe the mag to some extent here, but there isn't much sort of AoE damage.
It was good.
Yeah, back with the Venomancer in the game, but even then. Venomancer's ultimate is never the damage that KP are relying on to get kills. The damage they're relying on to get kills is coming from the Mag RP plus the Ursa. And right now, KP... I still... This is such a weird game, because if someone pointed me to this game and asked me who's going to win, I would probably say Empire. Despite the fact they're behind, they're playing really poorly, giving away kills they don't need to be giving away, but their hero composition, their late game is just stronger. It's just going to come down to whether or not they play it smart enough.
I think also Kaipi is not pushing aggressively and basically forcing fights under tower where they have the stronger hero composition still at this point. By the way, Aegis is out here on Ursa. Roshan's not back yet, and looks like that they're doing just that, forcing fights, but they have gave a big equilibrium. Oh, they're gonna hook in here, and looks like that Scandal is basically dead. There you go. Right click here, and Windrun's gonna be dead as well. BKB gets popped. Moro's gonna go around Bloodbrain. Bloodbrains has to run, and where is SS? SS in the middle of a cluster F. He's done as well, and this is exactly what they need to do. Force in some fights with the Clockwork, and basically go to work.
And all these buybacks. It's going to be an overextension from Envy. Shackle Shot lands, but that's a perfectly timed RP. He gets 4-staff out as well. Not going to see any more Empire heroes dropped, and they invested so much into that in return game. They bought back so many heroes here. They will pick off the Clockwork. They looks like they'll get the Mag as well, but the one hero they really wanted, Ursa, TP's out to safety.
Well, I mean, they bought themselves a ton of time. The RP's down as well. They did lose a Lone Druid, and I think Lone Druid is basically a forgotten hope at this point. He picks up a Helm, which, again, I'm not sure if that's the correct item choice. Basically, blow your brain, and Windrunner, in my opinion, is your most important heroes. Farm Force, Sapphire, Windrunner, and blow your brain. I don't know what he needs to do. Maybe a Basher, and basically says, all right, Ursa, when you manify me, I'm going to just pray to Ice Rock that I get a crit. And there you go.
That was actually not too bad for Empire, even though they used 2 buybacks, because those buybacks costed hardly anything. 600 gold for each of those 2 buybacks. So 1,200 gold used in buybacks, but the kills they got, the XP as well from those kills, and more importantly, the time they're buying themselves to farm more is going to be well worth it. So I think for Kaipi, they really have to go for Roshan soon and look for another push where they get that tier 3 tower. Look how little damage they did. That's the problem. They can dive the base, get kills, but if there's buybacks, if there's anything left from Empire, if they can push Kaipi out, there's not enough damage to bring down these towers. They really need to have, I don't know, Necro Books, just...
Windrunner.
What is it going to be?
Well, there's going to be a pickoff here against Vigos, who is trying to fight his way out of there. There's a Blink Dagger on Bizao as well, so I think he's right now trying his best to give the kill to the Clockwork, and he does. And Vigos, or not, excuse me, Clockwork's going to be looking for a Force Staff of his own. And here we go, is Envy looking for that push.
Almost kills Blow Your Brain at mid lane. I completely missed that one, but he got down really low.
Basher up here on Ursa as well.
Yeah, I like this. And I imagine we see Spirit Bear maybe go for a Basher himself once he has this armlet up. And
Scando. He's dead.
It looks that way. I don't know. He's in range form. He does give him extra movement speed, but he gets brought down so damn fast. Envy says, thank you very much. He's now on a... Well, he's been on a Beyond Godlike streak. He's 13-0-7.
Mid lane. Looks like Blink RP is going to be used. Blink. Resap. Where's the grip? There's a grip. And right now, Kaipi is just getting kills everywhere. This almost feels like it's developing into a pub game. Of course, with Ursa dominating, doesn't it?
It's the problem is Empire have a lineup where they just need to sort of split farm around the map, not give up kills. And they're giving up kills, which is okay if Kaipi have to commit 3-4 heroes to those kills. But Kaipi get a solo kill with Ursa. They get 2 kills with just... Well, they win a 2v2 skirmish where they get Bane as well as the Mag getting 2 kills, and that's not something you can afford to do if you're Empire. If you're giving away kills, it has to be to 4 or 5-man ganks.
Yep, and of course now this I think is the breaking point. They get the Aegis on the Ursa, and this Ursa is gonna go full beer mode in the next engagement. They're gonna take the last tier 2 and push into mid, I think.
Yeah, they'll also clean up these Ancients here. Does have buyback gold. May just be looking for, I'd imagine, Abyssal Blade. Give him some more extra damage. Help bring down towers as fast as possible. And Empire, well, this is getting really desperate for them.
Yeah, I still don't know what they're going to try to do. Scando repeatedly trying to, very desperately, I might add, trying to farm his way up. Does have the armlet finish, so that's something. But time waits for no one. Time does not wait for Empire.
Yeah, and KP going to get this tier 2 bottom tower. The question is always going to be, pushing high ground, pushing tier 3s. The initiation is always going to come from a Clockwork hookshot. Ursa just needs to follow up. They need to basically get 2-3 kills to lead things off. Ooh, hookshot going to airball. That makes things a bit harder to sort of siege high ground. I feel hookshot's actually going to be one of their key spells for when they want to go to the high ground, and they're actually going to wait it out. They back off here. They're not going to look for any more kills just yet.
Yeah, they have hookshot, 4 Blink Daggers on the RP to basically go do as much as they want. Rocket is going to scalp, blow your brain. And the Blink's going to be cooling down in about 4 seconds. Oh, Skewer is going to be used. That's the question right now.
Abyssal Blade.
I think he's
Blink
dead.
Abyssal Blade. There we go. Pops it. And blow your brain dead.
Yeah. Shackle shot. There's a mech up here, but Infestin, I don't think he should be trying to fight this, though. He's bashing against Envy. Envy pops a BKB. He's going to work, going against Vigos, and look at communication.
RP stolen.
It's really messed up right now.
Drops RP onto Ursa. They bring him down once. Can they bring him down twice? They're going to kill off Bane as well. All they have to do is kill Ursa again. This is huge. Entangle, any Entangle. There's 4 heroes on 1. The poor Fuzzy Wuzzy, he's going to be brought down. A hookshot coming in from
comes in right now, as well as the buyback from Arise. They're trying to fight this, and it looks like Envy's actually life-stealing his way out of this as well. Everybody's backing off. Blink forward, SS is dead as well. Blink forward with the shockwave, not going to get the kill, but they have broken high ground. Everybody's going back to defend. Bones is actually force-having himself a 4-second cooldown here on Envy's Blink Dagger. Do they go mid now?
I don't think they can. Ursa with no Aegis, no BKB. Mag, no RP, they've got to back off. Even though it's just 2 heroes alive, the supports will be up soon. Maybe you can do a little bit of damage to this tower. Oh, he's actually going to go blinking in. He wants his life steal.
So he blinked
no mana.
And now he's going the other way as Pink is going to be teleporting in. That's only Scandal.
I thought he was Asian, man. That's some bad math.
That is some bad math. And did they see the bear just actually kill the bear? No, they have to back up as well. Man, that was a huge miscommunication. More team fight going on. I'll talk about that in a bit. No more up Paps as BKB.
Not the most well-timed BKB.
Shockwave against Free Winner, but they are backing off again.
Enfeeble blocking a lot of this Spirit Bear damage. Spirit Bear needs to go through. Thing is, it may not do damage, but it can still entangle. That's always going to be the key thing is Shackle. Nope, not going to let. Meanwhile, Bane going to drop a Nightmare as well. Looks like Vigor's going to be deterred from chasing, and the blink out coming from the Bane, coming from everywhere. Kaipi going to just realize they've sort of done enough. They've done the most damage they can for now. This Lone Druid Bear, is it stuck? It's stuck. Recall? No. Wow, that's some glitchy Spirit Bear there.
Clockwork has a... Yeah, this...
I saw them chasing, and then the Spirit Bear stopped chasing. I'm like, why does it stop chasing?
That bear can't even move, and both teams not exactly happy. I don't think anybody's happy, especially with that last team fight. Kaipi, one of the worst team fight. If they won the team fight right there, I think they win the game. They didn't, and the game is now being dragged on.
I think they're lucky not to have lost Ursa, though. It looked like they were almost going to lose him.
Sure. I mean, but Ursa's so farm at this point. I mean, so you can't really expect them to lose Ursa as well, so...
Well, Blow Your Brain now looking to keep his farm up, and I think as long as Empire have buybacks, they're not going to lose this game. At the same time, they need to pick up 4 staff. We're going to see Vigos. I feel like I've seen this story before. He gets picked off outside of his base, and he's still nowhere near a 4 staff.
Still landing some amazing shackle shots, though.
He's phase mech right now. Thing is, if Vigos has a 4 staff at this point in the game, I think Empire are in a much better position. But right now, no one on their team is anywhere near a 4 staff. Lone Druid, 1200 gold. 4, like you mentioned, 4 staff or Ghost Scepter. I feel like he just needs to pick one of those up. If he can stay alive, his Spirit Bear can just get those key and clutch entangles off. All we need is entangles on Ursa and then run back, kite him around.
Yeah, I mean, 4 staff might not even be enough at this point because of how much damage Ursa is doing with that Abyssal Blade, but it definitely will help you to push your allies away when they're in trouble. Slow siege will begin here from Ursa. Clockwork hook in right now. He finds one, and where's the team? Oh, RP! What is going on with this game right now? RP is not being stolen. That is just Skewer. Where the hell is Ursa? And it looks like Zizao in big trouble. Zizao, will he get picked off? Skewer 4 here for Zizao. Zizao, self-nightmare, anything, Zizao. No, he's dead. Here comes Envy. Envy doing the work. Gets 1 bash. BKB comes up here. He is getting bashed right now. Bashed repeatedly. He's not moving. He's taking tower damage. He is on the run. He gets 4 staff back up. But with the buybacks here, they're going to be fine. They being Empire.
Oh,
they defend 1 staff.
Clutch 4 staff from Clockwork got him out. He was trapped in the cogs with a lifestealer who was just tearing him to pieces. He 4 staffs out. He also buys some space for Ursa to get out of there. Shackle shot will catch Ursa here. Ursa needs to be careful. He's getting spammed down. He gets brought down. That ends a beyond godlike streak. Look at all that gold. I mentioned Windrunner had no gold, no 4 staff, or suddenly he's up to 900.
This is the worst game I've ever cast in my life.
It's up there. I don't know what's worse, but I'd definitely put it in the top 3.
Well, Glyph is going to get popped on the mid lane as Empire signs up life. And you can't, I mean, Clockwork's going to be coming in. There's a buyback. RP? No RP. Nope. Blow Your Brain's going to be working a tower. There's a lift here against SS. Ursa trying to get some work. Skewer's not going to get him out. Tower's going to get denied here. And that's it. You can see Envy trying to get chased. He has a Blink Dagger back up. There's a blink, there's a clap, and there's some stuns. There's going to be the kill.
Well, worth it for the T1 tower. It does unfortunately get denied, but I think even getting it denied is still good for Empire.
That's fine for Empire,
that T1 tower, keeping it alive means whenever KP are in a fight and someone buys back, they can get back to the push really fast. The T1 mid tower is such a focal point on the map right at the middle. But right now, if you want to get back to a fight when you're pushing, you have to TP to these Tier 2s, which is a much longer walk. And Empire, back to defending. And so far, these pushes... This T3 tower, it's still like 2/3 HP. KP have just not done enough damage to it, and Empire aren't really struggling too much. They're actually clawing their way back into this game.
Yeah, if you look at the go graph, I mean, it's not that bad. 25 to 100 gold lead when you're up by 5-6 towers. Not a big deal at all. Blink coming in here against Scandal. Clock hook in there as well to get the kill. Blow Your Brain blinked in, but he's getting grip, and the damage output, the deeps from Ursa is blowing apart that lifestealer. Blink Skewer back out here. Uh-oh. 3 winners dead as well. Yeah. 3-4 kills. I don't think they have buyback this time. This can be it.
Yeah, the key things there was the pick-offs. Hook shot on 1. Fiend's Grip on another, and then Blinks on another. It was 3 easy pickoffs, 3 key heroes dead, and only Winrunner and Rubik now alive. This is going to be very hard to defend. Shackle Shot not going to land when you pull him back with the Telekinesis. Bone 7 going to be avoiding a lot of this damage. Cog's not the best here, but Silent, he's being pushed back into the enemy team, and that gets him brought down. Vigor's the only one left standing, and it looks like this will be T3 tower down. Ursa's off healing. It looks like he was just trying to lifesteal up some creeps here. He's coming back to try and finish off these Raxes. Vigor's going to drop a power shot, and it looks like with Ursa back here, this is going to be at least a melee barracks to claim.
And I think that melee barracks is the key for the game, because sure, Empire could hold, they could dodge, but once you're down 1 Rax with the Equilibrium constantly pushing in, you're basically on defense for the remainder of the game, and I just don't think Empire have what it takes to now come back.
Yeah, Empire trying to just stack stuns here. Hook shot. Finds Vigos here on the sidelines, and still without a force up, he's going to get blinked on by the Ursa. Ursa trying to finish him off, succeeds in doing so. Pops a BKB. There's your blink up. He coming up from the mag. Where's that Rubik? You need stills, but Rubik's on the sidelines. Scandal going to get brought down for a second time, and without this mag dead, there we go. Shockwave finishes them off, and KP, I think they've sealed the deal. Bash is going to go through Blow Your Brain. Blow Your Brain annihilated.
GG, well played being called. I
don't even want to say GG. I'm surprised the teams are saying it. It goes to show their manners that at this point they're still like good games, but right now this game has just been absolutely awful, plagued by some server issues, plagued by some player lag issues, but we get ourselves a result.
We all need to do something for DDoS. Every team. I think that's a strong message being sent by Eternal Envy.
Well, I don't think that's entirely true. The teams can do something. They can. There's a post up on Reddit about how they can avoid getting DDoS. So I don't think it should be something like, hey, let's all do something. It should be, let's actually, instead of saying it, just do something. Yeah,
I completely agree. I mean, again, this is one of the most spectacular performances of an Ursa in the pro game. History of Ursa, of being pro games. And what a sad game to actually showcase it on.
It is a sad game, but hopefully we have some games to make up for it later on tonight. We've got Dignitas up against QPad Red Pandas in, I believe, an hour and 15 minutes, if my calculations are correct. That's the wrong screen. But right now, Kaipi have taken down Team Empire. They're going to advance to Phase 2 of the G1 League Western Qualifiers. Their next match will be up against Fnatic later on in the Double Elimination Bracket. But our last play-in match in Phase 1 is going to be coming up later on in about an hour's time. We've got QPad Red Pandas up against Team Dignitas. Thanks everyone who's endured all the unfortunate events that happened in this game too. I'm Gods. You can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/BTSGods, and joining me was Luminous, who's twitter.com/LuminousInverse. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks everyone for bearing with us, but hopefully problems do sort of not continue with this G1 League Western qualifier.
Go Ursa.
Go Ursa indeed. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back later on with some more Dota 2 action.